I had always trusted my wife, Claire. We'd been married for 10 years, and on the outside, people thought we were the perfect couple. She was charming, smart, and always knew how to play the role of a loving partner. We had a nice home, steady jobs, and people often told us we looked like the kind of couple who had it all figured out. But behind closed doors, things weren't so simple. Over the past few months, I began noticing changes in Claire that I couldn't explain. She was always glued to her phone, whispering when she took calls, and constantly leaving the room to text. She started dressing up more, buying new outfits without telling me, and she guarded her laptop like it contained state secrets. When I asked about it, she always brushed me off. "Don't be paranoid," she'd say with a smile, but her eyes would quickly dart away. The real red flag came one night when I walked past her office and overheard her talking on the phone. I only caught fragments of her words, but they sent ice through my veins. "He has no idea. Once it's done, I'll be free." Free? From what, our marriage? From me? I stood there frozen, my heart pounding in my chest. That single sentence was enough to convince me that my wife was planning a divorce and probably planning to take everything with her. I knew how divorce worked. I'd seen friends get blindsided, losing their homes, their savings, even their kids. I couldn't let that happen to me. So I did something I never thought I'd have to do. I hid my money. Over the next few days, I quietly moved funds out of our joint account and into a separate account she didn't know existed. I withdrew cash and put it in a safe deposit box under my name only. I even called up an old college friend, who happened to be a lawyer, and asked him what I should do to protect myself just in case. By the end of the week, I felt a strange mix of guilt and relief. If Claire really was planning to end things, at least she wouldn't be able to walk away with everything we had built together. 2 weeks later, the truth came out, but not in the way I expected. I came home early from work, determined to confront her. I rehearsed my words in the car, planning to demand an explanation. But when I opened the front door, what I saw stopped me in my tracks. Claire was in the living room, surrounded by boxes, decorations, and about 5 women from our neighborhood. They were laughing, whispering, and quickly trying to cover something on the table when I walked in. Claire jumped up, her face pale. For a split second, I thought this was it, that she was packing to leave me. But then her best friend blurted out the truth. "Surprise ruined. We were planning your anniversary party." I blinked. "What?" Claire groaned, running a hand through her hair. "You weren't supposed to see this. The phone calls, the secrecy, the shopping. It was all for the party. 10 years together, and I wanted it to be special." I stood there like a fool, realizing how wrong I'd been. All the late nights, the whispered phone calls, the phrase "I'll be free," it wasn't about divorce at all. She had been planning a party to celebrate us. The party happened 2 weeks later. Friends and family filled the house, laughter echoing through the rooms. Claire gave a speech about how much she loved me, how the last 10 years had been the best of her life. Everyone clapped, and I forced a smile, but deep inside I carried the weight of my mistake. After the guests left, I confessed everything. I told Claire I had thought she was planning a divorce. I told her about the money I had hidden, the paranoia that had kept me awake at night. At first, she was shocked. Then she burst into laughter, wiping tears from her eyes. "You seriously thought I'd leave you? After all this time?" I laughed too, but deep inside I knew one thing for sure. If the situation had really been what I feared, at least I had been ready. I had learned the hard way that sometimes protecting yourself is the only way to sleep at night. In the end, it didn't break us. It actually made us stronger. But it also taught me never to ignore the warning signs, even if they turn out to be false alarms. If you liked the video, please subscribe and turn on notifications.